The other game changer that I have learned from a few artists that I follow is to create your own color swatches. You know how you go into the hardware store when you want to paint something in your house and you pick up a color swatch? You can make your own color swatches. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second so I can show you what I mean. So here are just here's some watercolor paper that I gessoed, and I took some of the colors that I really liked when I was playing around mixing colors the other day, and I put them on a piece of paper. Now, if you want to, you can make notes on the back of what colors you used to create it, what you added, if you might have a hard time remembering. And then maybe you want to mix this color again for a waterscape that you're going to do. I really loved this color and this color that I mixed the other day. So I think this would be a really nice highlight for some flowers, the leaves, the foliage, fall pictures where the colors are just changing. And these swatches then you can take, and when you're doing a painting, so say I have this painting I finished the other day. Let me just put it here. If you're doing a painting, there we go, you can add these colors to your painting and just see what they would look like in a space. So as you can see, that doesn't look very good at all, in my opinion. I would not add that. You could rip a little bit off and make a smaller piece. And that way you can kind of, this one goes really nice. I actually used this color a lot in this painting. So you can rip little pieces off depending on how big the size of your painting is. And the shape doesn't have to be exactly the shape you're going to put on there. It just gives you an idea of what would happen if you add that color to that space. Does it look nice to you? Does it improve your painting at all, in your opinion? Does it add something? So you could try that. This one. So see how much that changes that painting when you add this big blotch of color. It really changes the whole mood of the painting when you add different colors to it. So this is more of a neutral color. These swatches are really fun. So play around with those. If you make a color you really love, take a little piece of paper and put the color on, and then make some notes if you want, how that color makes you feel, maybe some moods, some feeling words on the back, maybe. And like I said, that what colors you use to mix it, what you could use it for, and they're a really good little reference tool. So there you go. So as you can see, just from a few basic colors, the three primary colors, blue, yellow, and red, and black and white, you can really create quite a palette. I could have sat here for another 10 minutes just mixing and spreading and creating all sorts of versions. And then you can also add some other colors that you purchase at the store as well in, if you'd like. So you can do a combination of using the pre-mixed bottles, if that's easier for you right now while you're practicing color mixing, or you can mix all the colors yourself, or you can do a combination of the two. That's what I tend to do, is a combination of two. Sometimes I will buy a color I really love because I like it and I'm going to use a lot of it, and that way I don't have to keep mixing it and mixing it and mixing it. But even when I have a color, for example, this color I like quite a bit, out of the bottle, I still add a little bit of one of my mixed colors to it, just so that it doesn't look like it just came out of the bottle. The one thing about acrylics that I've been trying to play around with is they've come a long way since they were created, but they still have this kind of plasticky artificial feel sometimes. So you want to add something. Sometimes I add a little bit of like a light yellow, like an ochre or a burnt umber or a sienna, and it just gives it more of a natural feel. So play around with that, and it just mutes it a bit so that you don't have that really bright color if that's not what you're looking for, maybe in your landscape, in your flowers, but maybe you want to do something really bold and you want to have those really bright colors. So that's fine. You need to create a color palette that works for you, something that speaks to you, that you're connected to, that gives you the mood you like. And that's what develops your own personal style. The colors you use, how you use them, will say a lot about you as an artist and will change your artwork compared to how someone else uses colors and where they use them in their work. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions or need help with this, please don't hesitate to contact me and I can take you through it a little slower. I just didn't want the video to be too long. So have fun, play with colors, and please send me a picture of your palette or some of your color swatches, the favorite colors that you've mixed. I'd love to see what you're doing. That's one thing I miss about not doing the classes in person, is that I'm not getting to see your work as you're creating it. So anytime, please just email me what you're doing, and I can either give you some feedback each step of the way, or just to see what colors you're mixing, what colors you like, and I just like being connected to what you're doing. It really matters to me. So we'll see you in the next video. The next video is going to be a little exercise on how to blend colors and do some color washes. I use those a lot for my backgrounds. You want your background to be lighter than the foreground. That's what creates depth in your painting. So we're gonna practice that a bit. So if you are comfortable mixing colors, you know how to blend them, you know how to do washes already, you can skip that video or just do it again for a little extra practice. And if you decide to skip that video, then the next video will be brushes. So we'll be looking at different brushes, what kind of brush strokes they make, some techniques and tools you can use for adding texture in your paintings, which is also really important to add interest and dimension to your painting. So these techniques, again, if you're comfortable using brushes, you know how to do stippling, you know how to do scratching, use different tools, you can skip that video and then go right into the painting video. But I really suggest you have a look and see if there's anything that you can practice, because it really will add a lot to your painting, and you will really notice that your skill level will improve. More practice is always good. I always am practicing, trying new techniques. It's just good at any stage or level you're at. So we're going to do the color activity, and we're going to do the brush activity, and then we'll move into the painting. See you in the next video.